Don't ask me to hang out with you if you have a boyfriend. I'm fed up with y'all, okay? I'm fed up. I always have this thing where I feel like I can befriend women that have codependency issues with their men and it like never works out. The best relationships that I have had are with women that are self-sufficient and whole. And they hate men just a little bit.
I have started to have my own standard of friendship through a lot of hard lessons that that's the first thing I look for in a friendship with a woman. Is if she is actively decentering men or is like already at that place, right? Because not only do women who center men give you terrible advice about dating and like literally everything, they also don't show up for you. These women end up being worse than men as friends. Like, because at least men who don't show up for you, like a lot of men that I have learned the hard way are like friends, but when it comes to like showing up, you know, when I got injured, like, where are you, bro? You know, like, what if I need something? Take me to the airport, maybe? You know, like literally anything, they don't show up. But women who center men, like really, really hardcore center men, not only do they not show up for important stuff, they then have the audacity to call you and want to hang out when they have nothing better going on, or to somehow like get at their boyfriend. So go watch that video and the other one. I'm linking both of them and they're both great. And honestly, I just want to tell you what happened when I was getting married. This has always been my biggest fear of doing this to a woman because I know what it feels like. It is like one of my core wounds is being ditched for a man by a woman, you know? And I grew up with a single mom, an older sister, and a female dog, Fifi, Marie Hamlet, rest in peace. And so women have always been the core, like have always like held me together. I feel lost without a woman in my life. And not just any woman, like a woman who I trust, who understands me, who holds me accountable, right? Who I can be honest with, who's honest with me. Like, and my best friend Liz has been that person for, I don't know, almost 20 years now. I talk about her all the time. She's like my soulmate. You can have more than one soulmate. And I truly believe in platonic soulmates. And then I've also, because her and I haven't lived in the same place in forever, you know, our relationship is mostly by the phone. You know, she is my go-to all the time. I'm her go-to, but like we can't see each other. So I've always also have to like put a lot of energy and effort into having female friends in my life, no matter what, because when I don't, I am lost, right? And God, I have had several instances where I like, you know, had a feeling that a woman that I was hanging out with might center men. And I'm never wrong. And the thing is that when they're single, they're fun. They're awesome. They travel, they do adventures, like they're there for you. They're all about the girls' night out and whatever. But the moment they get a boyfriend, poof, they disappear. Now, I know that when you first get into a relationship, you know, it is a little time consuming in the beginning because you're excited and also like, you're like, what? But like, still, you really shouldn't be changing your behavior that much in terms of your friendships when you first start dating someone, because like those friends are not going to forget that. And they're going to start to notice a pattern that you just disappear every time you get into a relationship. And they know that the only time they're going to hear from you is when that relationship is doing bad and you want advice, or he's dumped you or something happened and you're single again, right? But women who center men and center relationships, and especially women who have serious codependency issues, but especially with men, it hurts so much because you're just a placeholder for these women. And they need to deal with their codependency issues, right? It's one thing if, like, again, as somebody who's had chronic codependency, relationships have been a struggle for me for a long time. And I didn't date at all because I was so afraid of turning into one of these women who ditched all my friends, my female friends especially, when I got, and also just because I didn't want a man derailing my life, and it didn't seem like they really made your life better. It seems like they only made it worse. Y'all know I didn't even start dating until I was in my late 30s because I was like, what is this? Why are people doing this? This doesn't seem to benefit women at all. So I have a lot of compassion for people, especially women who are struggling with codependency, because we're like taught to be this way, to center everyone else and right? Especially men. It should be like a work in progress, right? And the women who do this with men, though, they will literally they will use you, they will I can't tell you how many hours I would be on the phone with someone, walking them through a breakup, walking them through anything. Okay, here's what you should probably say to him. Like anytime they had any problem in the relationship, I am there. But they're never they have no idea what's going on in my life. It actually, for me, hits more of abandonment wound than any man ever has. Ever. I feel so worse when any woman does this to me than any man could possibly come close to, because women have always meant more to me than men have. Being treated this way by a friend, especially a woman, feels worse than any breadcrumbing situation I've ever had, any situationship, any ghosting, it is the worst, right? Because they're just using you. And even though it may be because they're codependency, stop. Oh, it's okay. He's like, well, you okay? So I was so paranoid of ever doing this to women, of ever centering men, just in my life in general, but especially I never wanted my female friends to ever feel like I'm going to disappear into a relationship, or especially disappear into marriage once I got engaged to my husband, that I was about to go on a girls trip, 2 weeks after me and my husband got married, for a week. And this was nothing made sense. I didn't because him and I got married pretty quickly during the pandemic, because of a lot of situations. We had to plan things really quickly. At a certain point, he was like, babe, I know how important it is, your female friendships. And this is not coming from a place of ever wanting to not be a huge priority to you. I'm just wondering, can you really afford this trip? And it's we are going through a crazy, we just moved in together into a new place. We're planning a wedding. We're doing all this stuff. And I'm so worried that my friends are going to think that I'm one of these girls because I don't want to go on this massive vacation that we hadn't really even planned. We'd just been talking about right after I got married. You know what I mean? I moved into a place and planned a wedding in 6 weeks' time. Me and my husband. I mean, he did just as much as I did. Okay? It wasn't me planning the wedding. And we were so stressed, but I was so stressed because I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid of ever making a woman in my life feel that way. I don't ever want a woman to ever feel that way because of me. It is the worst feeling. I've never felt so used. I mean, men have used me my whole life, but I'm kind of well, whatever, that's what they do. But when a woman uses me, it just hits different. So any women who follow me who are in their single era or decentering men phase, or not phase, but that it's important work. Be very careful about the community and friendship. I learned how to date because of friendship. I learned how to have relationships because of learning skills within friendship and community. But also don't just be besties with anybody, because the friend breakups are the worst. Okay, they hurt so much, and we don't talk enough about it. And we don't give people the tools to deal with that. Being ditched is the worst. And those wounds go so deep. My husband actually had that with one of his friends, that it was like his BFF, his soulmate. And he lost that friend to a relationship. It took him years to recover from that. He cried so many times. He truly mourned this friendship on such a deep level. They were like this. So it's not just one particular gender, okay? It could be, I don't want to just say, oh, only women do this. But I am saying that because of patriarchy, we have been taught to do this. It's been normalized that we just ditch everybody as soon as we find the man because we finally won. Well, guess what, honey? When that guy cheats on you or when you become a mom, good luck. Good luck. You need these women. These women will be there for you if you are, good at your selection and careful about who you find. But the women who center men, they will not be there for you. They won't. You deserve someone who cares just as much about you as you do about them.